Hi, I'm Hannah. Thanks for watching. Hey friends, I'm Hannah. Today I have a project updates video for you. I'll be talking about my finished objects, things I'm working on, and any acquisitions since my last project update video. If we haven't met, I'm Hannah. I live in North Carolina with my husband and our son, and I love to knit. I share my projects here on YouTube. I post pictures on Instagram, and I have patterns for sale on Ravelry, and that's all linked in the description box below. I'll also include timestamps so you can skip through to what projects you want to see, or you can watch the whole thing. And then also a description of what I'm making below. Okay, so first I do have some commentary. So if you're not interested in the commentary, you can just skip to the next timestamp. But previously I had shared that I was planning to do some Vlogmas content and just kind of give a peek into my daily life with my son and how we spend our December. And I was really looking forward to it. I was very excited about it. But there's two reasons, so I'm not doing that. Obviously, it's December like 8th when this video drops, and I haven't put any Vlogmas episodes out. I had hoped to do like maybe 1 or 2 a week of just like warm, fuzzy home life content, but I decided not to do that. Mostly there's 3 reasons maybe, but one, like I'm just not that great at it, and so I feel like I was like, they don't really need my content. There's some great ones out there. Laura Penrose has a beautiful one. I'm trying to think. There's a lot of just beautiful knitting Vlogmas that include like knitting and also home life, kids, that kind of thing. So I was like, I don't have like all the, great skills and setup and all of that. But the second reason is also I had gotten some comments on some of my videos that are more of like a reach video. So I make these weekly updates to share with you guys like what I'm making. But then I also make videos every other week that are more of like reach content, like maybe things I'm interested in, but then to find a new like viewer or something. So I made like my shawls video, my kids books videos, things like that. Sometimes it's a designer spotlight or pattern spotlight. So I also make those every other week because I don't knit that quickly and I won't have new projects to show you every week. But I've gotten some comments on those like, this is kind of a weird video, or why is she so quiet, or the background noise is terrible. And like some of the comments are really helpful. Like if you tell me my sound is not like up or whatever, that is really helpful because I want to know these things. If my sound's really bad, like, wait, did I forget to use my microphone? Things like that. But the things of like, this is a weird video, or this is not helpful at all, things like that, when people post that, I know I shouldn't, but I do feel a little bit sad. So I'm like, I don't really want to put myself out there with content that I'm less confident in, like I would be for my Vlogmas content, and just kind of stick to what I know right now because, so stick to what I know right now, which is like these videos. And also like, I really do love reading the comments. I like try and respond to every single one because I like to know what you're knitting. And I like to hear your thoughts on like, oh, what should I improve? What should I knit next? Like, what should I make? So again, totally free to, like, I'm not mad that people are leaving me comments. Sometimes the comments just make me sad when they're like not a constructive negative. They are instead commenting on like me as a person, or like me as like, this video is not helpful. Like, I just dislike it if you, I don't know, like things like that do make me sad. And then the last reason is like, this is December. It's like for our family, we're celebrating Advent. We're looking forward to Christmas. We're trying to be intentional with our son and just like have a lot of family time together, things like that. And I was looking forward to like recording it and showing you guys just like what we've been doing. But I didn't want to open myself up to the criticism from that or any negative things, even though for every negative comment, there's like 20 positive ones. So you guys are so kind to me. I love reading the kind comments, but I just knew that even if there's 10 for every nice one, or 10 nice ones for every one that is not kind or not constructive, I would feel sad. And I'm already like teetering a little bit because of the season. I mentioned you know, every time I come on, I'm like, oh, it's been a hard, you know, week, month, whatever for our family. Besides just the normal life stuff, having a toddler, just living is hard. There's like, you know, crisis all around the world. There's wars, terrible things going on, and all of that affects us in different ways, whether directly or, you know, from far away. But we also lost 2 pregnancies this year, and I think like the holidays, I'm like, we should be getting ready for them to be here. We should be celebrating. Like, those are the thoughts that I have as, you know, we're doing these holiday things and Christmas related things. And so working through that grief and processing all of that, while then also saying like, oh, look, these are, you know, me wrapping gifts with my son. Or like, I just was like, you know what, like it wouldn't be fake, because those things can coexist. The joy of having my son here with us and celebrating the holidays and giving gifts and, you know, the cheer and the lights exists alongside like our grief. But I just didn't want to share that part right now. It's too new, I guess. So anyway, I apologize. I know I said I was going to do that. I did not. Maybe next year. I know I'm not the best at like vlogging. I know my sound is not the best. I know I just film on my phone. I have my microphone, but I know it's not great. Like if you're looking for really high quality production, like Young Folk Knits has that. There's a lot of wonderful knitters that have that. I don't have those skills or like the money to invest in those skills. I just like sharing my projects with you.
Hey, this is Editing Hannah coming in to say thank you so much if you are a viewer that consistently, you know, watches my videos and you're okay with the not as great quality of content that I had. I just wanted to, say thank you for that.
So I am aware of that fact. I know it's not the best content out there, but I just like doing it. And so that's kind of why I'm here. So I've decided for this, I'm just going to share what I like for the rest of the year and then kind of regroup in January. But if you listen to all of that, thank you. If you skipped ahead to the knitting content, no judgment, totally fine. Okay, so I will get started with my finished objects. My nostalgia tea is done. It is still wet. I blocked it last night, and so it's drying upstairs in my room. And I got the fan on, and I got the blinds open. But it's not that cold here, but it is kind of cold, like 40 Fahrenheit, so it's not drying quickly. I had to like bring my, I'm working on sourdough right now, and I had to bring it in the car with me because I was like, the house is too cold. I need to run errands with this because it will not rise at home. And now it's sitting in the sun to rise. But anyway, so it's not dry right now, but I'll put a picture up. One comment I did receive was to leave my pictures up for longer. So I will definitely do that. Thank you for letting me know that they're too quick. So it's done, and I'll share it again when it's dry and show you the fit and all of that. But I completed the sleeves, and I modified the ribbing a little bit. It's supposed to be 1 inch. I doubled it, so it's 2 inches. In the picture, you can kind of tell. So the only one that isn't 2 inches is the neckline. Both the sleeves and the waist have 2 inches. So I'm thinking about going back and modifying this to have that as well, but I want to try it on first. So I am like so excited to try this on, to wear it. I love the colors. I'm loving the design. I'm really hoping that I love the fit. That's always the question when it's blocking. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, that's done. I used Vovo from Fancy Tiger Crafts, and I used the color Fennel, Lamb, and Light Pink. And those are pretty widely available, but it can be hard to find like specific colors. Like I couldn't find the light pink anywhere when I was like, maybe I need more, but I didn't. I finished. I have just a little bit of yarn left. It's a good feeling. Let me show you how much I have left. It's a good feeling because I have like, this is how much I have left of the main color. And the pink, I have this much. And the fennel, I have this much. So it's like really a nice feeling to be like, I finished and I had enough yarn, but I didn't have way too much yarn. Does that make sense? Like, I mean, I wouldn't love to have all of this left. This is probably a full skein. But like, it's nice to know like if there's an issue or something, I have more yarn, I have some left. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but honestly, I saved this pink from a last project that I made with the pink, and then I just saved it for like a year and I used it in this. So I really do think I'm just gonna keep this for like my next, that color is so pretty. Maybe I just need a sweater out of this. I would like that. I might save it for just like my next project that I use Vovo for. I often just use the same yarns that I'm comfortable with over and over. I do like to try new yarns, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I've used this yarn before, I know I'm gonna like it, and so I'm just gonna buy it again. So this is my third sweater with Vovo. I have made a canvas by Tetbesh for Brooklyn Tweed, and that I made out of this pink. And then I made a tilled, also by Tetbesh, knitwear, and it was in like a eggplanty purple. I don't remember the color name for that, but I think the color is retired. She changes out her colors a lot. Rosa Pomar makes the yarn. She changes out her colors a lot and always has new beautiful ones going, but the purple was from like many years ago, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago. But this is the Vovo tag. It means grandma in Portuguese, is my understanding. Vovo Grandma is a versatile and hard-wearing non-superwash yarn made from fine Portuguese wool. This batch is 100% made from the wool of a name of a sheep, a native breed from the southern Alentejo and Algarve. Okay, so those are different regions in Portugal. Yes. So, whoop. I like her yarn a lot. I like her shop a lot. And I think it's fun to think about yarn named Grandma. Not because knitting is like for grandmas, but just because sometimes, some days I feel like grandma myself. Okay, so I have another finished object. This is the first time I'm talking about it. So I use this yarn. This is Cascade 220 Superwash. I got it from my local yarn shop, Freeman's Creative. And this is what I made. These are Clara's Playtime Mittens by Aimee Sher makes, and I modified them. So the original pattern only has the like convertible cuff. The pattern itself is made for convertible cuffs. For my child specifically, I didn't want the convertible cuffs because I thought they would bother him like flapping too much. He would always be asking me to fix them, and so I think this was a good call. As he gets older, I'll definitely do the convertible ones. But right now the main thing is just like keeping his hands warm. So it doesn't get super cold here again, but he needs something in the winter. So he's already been wearing them. He's worn them a couple times. I chose this yarn because it's blue. That is the reason. It was in my yarn pantry and I went downstairs to look and I needed like a DK or worsted weight. And I had this. And I was like, it's blue. That's his only criteria for anything these days. And so I made him some mittens. These took me a day to make. It was all I made that day, but or worked on that day, but I made them and he loves them. And the trick that I have found is if you put these on first and then the coat, the cuffs are long enough that they stay inside the coat. So one, they don't come off, but two, he can't really take them off. So yeah. I really like them. I love the long cuff. So Aimee's pattern has adult, it has like, this is a small size, so toddler to adult. And I would say these would be fine for baby. My child is almost 3 but very small. Like he was a little bit smaller than the smallest size. And so they still worked. But like my nephew, he will be two sizes larger, at least a size larger than this, 2 sizes larger. And he's only 6 months older. So it really just depends. Kids are all so different, so hard to size for. But I do think you could have these for like younger than a 3-year-old. Like probably a 1-year-old could wear these. Just not my 1-year-old when he was 1. But yeah, I was really happy with the pattern and highly recommend it. It's very easy to make. It was easy to modify as well. I just knit the recommended length versus doing the convertible cuff that was outlined in the pattern. All good things. Also, there's information about should you use superwash, should you use non-superwash, how to care for it based on what fiber you chose. So I commend Aimee for including that information because that's super helpful, especially when I'm caring for someone else's knitwear. Like my own, I'm like, I'll figure it out. But for my child, like I want to take care of these the right way for him, for them to last and for him to be happy and not have them felted or whatever. So superwash, it will be okay. But I do think you can tell it's minuscule, but this, let me line them up. This top one is shorter. I don't know how it happened. I counted the rows. I think it might be in the ribbing that the issue is, but I counted the rows. It did not work. I don't know. Everything I make is a little bit different on the second one. So if I make these again, the only thing I'll do different is make them 2 at a time so that they're like exactly the same. But I haven't done that with like a thumb. So that's all though. It was like not related to the pattern that I would do anything differently. Okay, let's see. What else am I working on? Oh, I know. This is kind of finished, but still work in progress. I have this tiny sweater. This is a sweater for my Alphonse, the pig, not the sheep. Him right here. And this is his sweater. And then he still needs pants or dress. And yeah, so this is from Mouche and Friends. Both of these are from Mouche and Friends. This is the cabled sweater that Alphonse wears. And I found some old Mondim yarn in my yarn pantry. Gosh, it's probably like, what year is it? 4 or 5 years old, which I guess isn't that old, but it did have a lot of breaks in it. And I was like, did I frog this and then rewind it? And I was like, was there moths in here? So I kind of freaked out and I froze it. There was like no signs of moths besides the breaking yarn, but I was like, maybe it just broke down, or maybe I used it and then rewound it. I don't know. I was like very confused, but there weren't any like mothy debris. There was just a break. So yeah, I freaked out. I put all of my yarn it was in a sealed bag in the dark in my basement, in a sealed bag with cedar balls in it. But I was like, I'm not taking any chances. So that whole sealed bag went in the freezer for like 3 days. And yeah, hopefully it's fine. I was like, what? I don't understand. So I'm gonna wash this when I just finish all of them to save the water, but I just need to make the pants as well. And then he'll be ready to go to his new home. Well, also I need to make the eyes and the nose and stuff him and all of that. But yes, just missing the slip stitch colorwork pants or dress. So now I have my last work in progress, and also goes with Aqusitions. This is what I'm working on now. This is a sock. I recently made a video about DK weight sock patterns. The inspiration for that was I wanted to make a pair of socks for a dear friend of mine for Christmas, but I could not finish fingering weight pair in time for Christmas. I also did not want to try and do that. So I was like, okay, DK weight socks, but I've never made a pair. So I have spent so long searching, talking with people on Instagram, looking on Ravelry for the perfect DK weight sock pattern and sock yarn. And I got a lot of recommendations for the yarns, and then I just spent a lot of time on Ravelry and Instagram for the patterns. So this is the yarn I'm using. And I talked about it in the video as well, but this is Sandnes Garn Perfect. And I have 3 different colors to choose from because I was not sure what color to use. And I like them all together, honestly. Like them together. But I started with the white, and this is the Thanksgiving Cabled Sock by Summerly Knits. That is what I decided on for the first pair. I might make another either for myself or for her, I'm not sure. But yeah, you can see the cables coming together. And then I also just modified it slightly to have a little picot on the top. Okay, it's kind of working. But there we go. Oh my goodness, why is this so hard? In general, I like knit them together to join it, but I didn't want it to not go over her foot, and so I did not knit it together to join it. Yes, I got it. Okay, picot border that then goes into the cables, and yeah, it popped back up. But then I think I'm going to use this for the heel and the toe, just to add some color to it. So I like the ribbing on the back. I like that it's got that cute cable in the front. So the Thanksgiving sock pattern has, or am I doing Thickmas? I'll put it in the description. But it has 3 different patterns, and in the like one pattern download, and it's like cabled or reverse or vanilla are the 3 options. And some of them have kid sizes as well. Maybe I'll make my son a pair. He might like the yellow. Well, we already talked about this. They need to be this color. I'll make them to, okay, I'll make them to match his mittens. Okay, that would be really sweet. Maybe that's what I'll make next. Anyway, So I'm making these, and yeah, that's what I'm working on. I think I will probably have extra yarn, and maybe I'll make some more as gifts or just for myself, or maybe one for my husband. I don't know. I took a picture of his socks the other day, and I will put them in. I'll put the picture in. I was like, honey, like he was sitting and I could see the bottom of his foot, and I was like, oh my gosh, you're wearing those. I am the worst. I'm letting you walk around in those socks. Tell me next time. And he's like, it's fine. It's the new style. Like, I love it. My foot can feel my shoe. And I was like, that's not what socks are for. But there's no way I can mend that. Like, yeah, sorry for all the sirens today. It's kind of sad, but I think it's just the season. Lots of like break-ins and accidents and stuff around us. So yeah, I don't have any other new yarn, I don't think. And then I just wanted to talk for a little bit about 1, advent calendars, and 2, what I should knit next. So I don't have a advent calendar for yarn because yeah, really it's just not in my like budget range to treat myself. But I love watching everyone open theirs. Like to see people that have like, you know, an advent that's just like really special to them. Or I love seeing dyers like unveil their advents. They're just so beautiful and creative. I feel like it's really a time for designers to shine, and I hope that they get all of the like recognition that they deserve for their beautiful colors. One day I would love to have one. It just wasn't the year, or it's never been the year, but maybe one day. But I think you should get them. You should totally get them. And if you don't have one, solidarity. But if you do, that's wonderful. Truly, no, like, I think it's wonderful. I just don't. But I wanted to show you, on this off chance that someone can relate to me, what my mom got me this year. It is a chocolate advent calendar. I truly love like advent calendars, getting ready for Christmas. I always had one as a kid, the kind you fill, and it was the same every year. These whole like toy advent calendars, and like I did not hear of them like before now, like last year when my mom gave my son one. Or like tea advents, jam, like for some reason I just don't know if that wasn't a thing or I just didn't know about them. But my mom always filled our little nativity advent calendar with my favorite candy or notes, things like that. So like a lot of times, I know this makes me an older generation or older soul or whatever, but there was like Werther's, my favorite candy canes, things like that. So I kind of missed that. And my mom got me this. It's No Way Foods advent calendar. So it is a dairy-free, but also if you have a child that loves candy or whatever, and then has allergies too, it's dairy-free, nut-free, peanut-free, gluten-free, soy-free, vegan, and kosher. And delicious. This is not an ad. I don't even know like how that would, it's not, I just like it. And if you or like someone you love has allergies, but they also really like, you know, just simple things, this has been so fun. My son saw it, and so we've been opening it together and splitting the chocolate. Not ideal, but the joy on his face when he gets to open it. He doesn't even like he likes the chocolate, but it's just opening the little door. Yeah, he loves it. So that's been really fun to do together, and just like a simple thing I've been enjoying, and a treat for my mom that was very kind. Okay, the last thing I'm going to talk about is what I'm going to cast on next. So I just finished a big sweater, my nostalgia tee, and I'm like, oh, what am I doing next? Like, I gotta look at my yarn. I want to see, and like, you know, pairing stuff together, start winding stuff up. But I do have a few like gift knit things I need to do. I need to finish these socks. I need to finish my Mouche and Friends. Those are like before Christmas things. I'm also working on a launch of my Micah's Raglan sweater. That's my most popular pattern and most loved. I get the most comments on it. And I'm going to, one, update that pattern to my new style and formatting. And then also I'm going to re-release another version, either a fingering weight or a bulky weight. So you guys let me know which weight you would like more. I thought people would like bulky weight more, but on my Instagram, a lot of people said fingering weight. So I don't know, but I'm just trying to decide which one. And then, so I need to work on that and knit some samples. But also, yeah, what project do I make myself? I kind of feel like December I could use to finish all the projects on my needles, or frog the projects that have not been finished. Y'all know there are some, because some projects I just never talked about again, because I just want to not think about how much I need to fix them. But anyway, I don't know what to cast on next. I was thinking about doing a Vertices Unite small, like a miniature one, as like a December project for myself while I'm working on these other small December projects. I don't really love small projects because I feel like my brain is like doing this all the time, like bouncing around. So I like to have like a big project that I can just focus on and get done, but that is not the way the month is going, and that is okay. It's the season of gift knitting or small accessory knit. Sorry, there's so many horns and sirens. Someone will probably comment on it, which is okay. It's okay. I don't want you to think I don't want to hear all the honest commentary. I do. I'm just saying, like, I am a more sensitive person, and so I just didn't want to open myself up to the potential for that this year. But maybe another year when I get a lot better at like vlogging and editing and things like that. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely weekend. Thank you so much for watching. This turned out to be much more of a glimpse into my personal life than I planned, but here we are. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed, please do, and like and leave me a comment about what you're working on. I hope you have a lovely weekend and happy knitting.